session. People coming from abroad with people here, and now we will get a chance to hear from them. So instead of telling how they connect to people, I think they will tell. So first, maybe Manuela and Clara, you can sit down, and Laura Catalina is going to say, and in order to help her, or not to help her, but they are going to have a team, and they will explain that her team is her supervisor, who is the president, co-president of the Family Service Center. So we have a poster there. She will explain that.
Yeah.
And
can you give her the mic from the
her
middle?
husband is right there, and our board member's wife, Salma, is there. She has explained to you. She was retired president of the University, Northeastern University. But we have several others. We will introduce that later on. But you will have to come here, because if you stand here,
No, it's actually better if they stand in the middle, George. People can see them.
it will make sound. You can't.
Oh, that was that sound we were hearing. Okay, sorry. That's going to be on the video too.
We don't want that sound that we heard before.
I thought that was the people with those motorcycles. Oh no.
Well, good evening, everyone. This right here is our very own Laura Catalina, Voz Alterio. I cannot say it how you say it.
Laura Catalina Voz Alterio.
It's been a year, we still cannot say it like that, but we try. And I think that's a piece of what we're all trying to do, is trying to be connected with different cultures. We make mistakes, but that's okay, we keep trying. Kata knows, we call her Kata because that's much easier. She's been very forgiving for the mistakes we've made. So I think we're holding you up between dinners. So I'm gonna do my part very fast, because I think you wanna hear from Kata. But George, what year did CIP start?
1957.
1957. So Family Service Center started in 1913. So we've been around for a long time. And what we are is a local mental health not-for-profit. So we are all about mental health and doing counseling and making sure that funds don't stand in the way for families getting the help they need. During the pandemic, the world really got pretty crazy. And we walked around trying to figure out how we could make a difference. There are not enough therapists in this world to help with what's needed right now. So one of the things we did was we went out, and Reggie hit it right on the head. We went out into the community and made connections. A few really important connections were made. One, we heard that the families in our community from Latin America were very underserviced in terms of their ability to find support. Secondly, we found an executive director who is a longtime CIP supporter, Bob Wolf. I don't know when Bob became disengaged, but he said, you need to find an organization, CIP, and he introduced me to George. George introduced us to Kata. A year later, we have 3 bilingual Spanish therapists working diligently in communities we did not serve before.
Wow.
It is all due to this connection and this young lady.
Wow, that's great.
And Kata, I'm going to turn it over to you here to just talk a little bit about how that happened from our first call.
Hi everybody, I'm sorry for my English. 1 year after and I'm still learning. But I'm a clinical and health psychologist from Bogota. I was working with gender-based violence before coming here. I was working with police. I was working with different institutions all over the state, trying to change that back home. And then I was introduced to CIP and got to meet Chris and all of the team at Family Service Center. What we did was counseling firstly, and then outreach programs. So what I had to do was do the intakes with the families and just do all of the outreach in terms of newsletters, flyers that we had to take. We have a lot of mental health information in our web page, so it was just developing all of that program and working with the counselors to make it all happen. What else, Chris? Whoa.
I think one of the most important moments, we had been working to build bridges with communities that had different than us culturally. And we came to our first event with Laura Catalina. And the speaker at that program happened to be a therapist from Colombia. And I will tell you, the hands flapping and the excitement of relating Kata's stories, it was that instant connection. And that really changed the whole way that we interacted with the families that we worked with. So again, it's connections.
And we found out that a lot of the families had difficulties reaching out to mental health programs, just starting by the language. There were a lot of programs in English, but not a lot of programs in Spanish. So we got to do that, which I'm grateful for. And they had also like trust issues and also economical difficulties that we're trying to take down every day. So yeah, my personal experience, I was with a host family for 5 months. They were really kind. It was a huge family. They had 5 kids. So it was gorgeous just to get to meet them and just get to know all over Chicago and everything we could do over here. And yes, just migrating, I could understand that it's hard, and I could like sympathize with the families that come every day to our mental health agency. Migrating is hard, and I could see that the first months over here, having nobody to talk to sometimes, just friends that speak English, and of course I get that when you meet somebody that speaks Spanish, like it happened that day. It's great to meet somebody that is from back home. Yeah, I think those are like my main experience, and I'm so grateful to be here in Chicago. I'm so grateful to Family Service Center to make it happen. They have such a great team, and thank you to CIP, of course, for making this happen.
And your English is perfect.
Thank you very much, Chris and Kata. Now I would like to introduce Manuela. Manuela also is from Colombia. She works at Mujeres Latinas en Acción.
Okay, sorry. So good evening, everyone. Well, as said before, I came from Colombia as well, Laura Catalina, which make it an easier experience, you know, as they said, like having another Colombian is like, oh, we're from the same country. That's awesome. So basically, unfortunately, my boss couldn't be here. She's on her maternity leave. But yes, I'm representing the organization. So I work for Women Latin in Action, which is a non-profit for Latin women. So there are many, like different services. They provide domestic violence, sexual assault, entrepreneurs, and other services and counseling. But currently I made, so I'm proud of it, because I made a curriculum for domestic violence survivors in which we empower them, and also we provide financial wellness, which is, okay, so just a background of domestic violence is many people don't separate from their perpetrator,
Persecutor?
because they're in an abusive relationship and also economic relationship. So we teach them about finances, and so we empower them into use coping mechanisms in order for overcome this domestic violence situation. And we provide also some financial checks in order for them to have a rent in another place. We don't offer like shelters, but we offer money, and we teach them how to use that money and how to use credit. So basically that's what we do. We offer also empowering. We talk topics like self-esteem, identity, and it's this organization has been here since 1973, so it's like the number one, I think, organization that works with Latin community here. And a little about my experience in Chicago. So it's been awesome. I think just practicing my English it's better because it's not our main language. But I think we can improve even better every time we speak. And also, we're providing these services for people that don't get access and have language barriers. It's just great. And yeah, thank you for CIP to having me here.
Ay, gracias, Manuela. Y ahora Clara.
And next I relate to Carla. Carla works with the Heartland Alliance.
Clara.
She is not from Colombia, she is from Spain.
Pero es Clara.
Hi. My name is Clara. I'm from Spain. I work in Heartland Alliance, and we work with victims of human trafficking. I've just started my position and my fellowship with CIP, so I don't really have much to say. I started September 11, but the main population that we work with is also Latin American and Spanish speakers, so it's really helpful for them to have me as a linguist. I'm actually a linguist and interpreter. And yeah, I'm not from this field of social work. I am a PhD student and I study international relations. So I'm learning a lot, and I am extremely grateful to CAP to take me to the program. And I had a lot of wine today.
Clara! Clara! Por favor. No es por eso. Pues, dile gracias y ya. Dile gracias y buen provecho. Dile gracias y buen provecho. Que vamos a comer.
Yeah, a lot of my experience here. I was here before. I've been here in Sinha for a year. Building a community with Latin speakers is great. So I hope everyone has the chance to have an international community and to have international friends, because that's like what's most important. And it teaches you a lot. It teaches you a lot of respect and a lot of cultural information that you would never get otherwise. So yeah, thank you, CIP.
Ay, gracias. Georgina? Where's Georgina? Where's Georgina to ring the bell?
Georgina, are you here?
Georgina,
Okay.
ring the
So-
bell.
So as you, oh, I'm sorry, I did not see. I told them to ask you. So as you see, you know, this organization is connecting people, and each of you is a person, a people. So, in other words, each of you have an opportunity to connect, to build bridges, and I hope each of you will do that. And I would like to welcome you, invite you to be part of CIP to make that happen, but you don't have to be part of CIP to make that connection, to build bridges, to welcome people from abroad, or to make this world a better place to live by building this relationship in your own life. But we invited you to this place, hoping that you will come some way connect with us and connect with these participants. You do not have to host them in your agency, in your house. You can just spend an afternoon with them for a cup of tea, or invite them for dinner, or to your church, or whatever, or have a glass of wine, except with Clara, because she may not stop with one glass. So you know, this way to show that, you know, that this side of the United States, the experience of the American life. So that's how we build bridges. Well, two more sentences. We mentioned about how individuals come. Not you already saw 3 individuals who come, but we also bring small groups of judges, lawyers, other medical professionals, accountants, IT persons. They come, they are sponsored by our federal government. They come for a week and when they are here for a week, they meet with the professionals in their own field. Like I just saw Michael Monaghan. He hosted our groups at his office. He's a lawyer. He's a well-known defense attorney. Anyway, many of the people here, they have hosted them in their houses or in their offices or in their cultural organization. So you can do the same thing, and I invite you to be part of this movement, whichever possible. What is that? Cecilia want to say something. Could you please say it loudly?
Well, we have tonight NFL auction items that we would love for you to bid on. And I saw some pretty decent pricing on some of them. So it's for a good cause. And I would hope that you guys would think about seeing if there's something you want to invest in, as well as investing in CIP. And welcome to Sinha.
Yes, there is just outside here, there is a table with several items there. And there are 2 volunteers who are there explaining about the auction. Okay, Georgina, would you like to explain about the dinner, how it's going to work?
The restaurant has a very small dining. And
Georgina, you need the mic. Nobody can hear you in the room. Sorry. I'm bossing.
And when the weather is nice, we can sit under the grapes. By now, hopefully they are gone.
If you did your job.
Tonight, I put this tent together for you. The buffet is inside, so you're going to go inside, make your plate, and then come and sit outside for your meal. What is the dinner?
Do you remember?
There's no way that Brazilians don't have black beans and rice in a meal. Even if you are having lobster, you're going to have your black beans and rice. So, since I know some Americans don't eat pork for religious purpose reasons or dietarian reasons. So you have vegetarian beans and you also have the beans with the pork. Rice, farofa is something that we make with yuca. You have a huge platter of salad and another one with plantains. We don't eat plantains in Brazil that much, but the Latins over here, they love plantains, so we do plantains. And then you have the steak that we just finished grilling for you. And if you are not eating beef, we have chicken. If you are vegetarian, we have plenty of salads and orange fruits and other vegetarian dishes. So I hope you're going to have a wonderful meal. We'll continue serving some of the wine. I know I said BYOB, so you should have brought some wine, but we have plenty over there. And no wine for Clara.
No wine for Clara.
As much as well. So
The rest of you can drink as much.
it would be better if you go in small groups inside to get your meal. And meanwhile, you have a chance to take a look at the items at the silent auction to help out CIP. And thank you for coming.
Hey, thank you, Georgina.